What is good, y'all? It's your boy Ty back here with another video. In this video today, I'm going to be reacting to DBG ranking the best players in NBA 2K21 MyTEAM. Remember, a lot of these players are current and next gen both. They're combined, and so I'm gonna be giving my opinion on them on both gens. But huge shout out to DBG for coming up with this tier list. Obviously, sometimes we agree, sometimes we disagree. If you are new to my channel and have not yet, please smash that subscribe button as we're on the road to 40,000 subscribers, and let's hop right into the video. Now let's see, man.
We have over 70 total, so I've split this into 7 tiers.
I think usually it does 5.
Honestly, from looking at these players, I don't think we can really put any of them in worthless tier. So we've got S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier, and E tier. And we're going to try keep no more than like 12 cards in each tier.
Okay.
Which means that there's going to be some pretty good cards that are going to go into F tier.
Okay.
That's why I don't have worthless tier, because let's be real, I don't think any of these cards are worthless.
We'll see.
Yeah,
if any of them are, I'll let you know.
Let's see. So first of all, we got Elgin.
Be careful. Do not put him in D or lower. Otherwise, I might lose my mind.
I mean, Elgin Baylor, D tier.
And here we go.
This is how you want to start it off. You put him in first for a reason, probably knowing I'm going to react to this and knowing that's going to make me mad. That is absurd.
Like, he is athletic.
He can shoot.
He can run really, really fast.
He can
He's a
shoot.
moderately good shooter.
He's a good defender.
He's just quite undersized. Can only play one position.
It's fine though. He's got good interior.
Opal, and to be honest, like, yes,
he's good.
He is the best Opal in NBA 2K21 MyTEAM. I will give him that accolade. He is the best Opal in 2K21 right now. But that doesn't mean he's in the top.
I'm waiting. I'm gonna wait for who C through S is. I want to see.
Then we are going George Mikan.
Do not dare put George Mikan ahead of Elgin Baylor. Otherwise,
E tier.
Okay, I'm fine with that. You're gonna go F tier with Mikan?
Do I put him E or F tier? I'm gonna put him in E because there's not a lot of great big men.
F tier is a bad precedent
like very much on the E or the F tier. He's okay.
He's not good.
There's a few things. There's a few good things that George Mikan does.
He might have to move these players up.
He's not this.
And speaking of no worthless players, Peja Stojakovic is worthless.
Spectacular card, but any means,
he's worthless.
He's solid, I guess. There's a few things very.
Where's he gonna put badged up JoJo?
Yeah,
he's good.
JoJo.
Badged up JoJo is good.
So I mean, I get it. He can get.
You cannot put him in F tier. You can't.
I'm split.
You can't.
It's just
you.
It just could be.
If you put him in F tier, you're setting a bad precedent. Considering you got Brandon Roy and Peja coming up. You got James Worthy. JoJo White is better than all those. He's better than Ray Frost.
Too late. It's just.
It's not. He's fine. There's nothing wrong with these cards. For me, JoJo would be D tier. He would. I like JoJo.
Get out. Leave this tier. Get to F tier. Yeah, I'm gonna put him in F tier. Like, looking at these guys right here.
Look at these guys. I can say 3 or 4 guys that I already see that JoJo White is better than. You look at the bottom tier, I see way more than that.
I like JoJo.
It's absurd.
He's in the worst 10 players here.
No, he's not.
Sorry,
no, he's
not.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
And we got Steph Curry. Get up into S tier.
He's S tier.
We have struggled right now. We have our JoJo White in F tier.
That's absurd.
I might have to move JoJo because JoJo's not actually bad.
That's what I'm saying.
None of these cards are bad. But Steph, yeah, Steph is
Peja's bad.
And we got Blake Balake Griffin. He is S tier. No question.
Where's he going to put a guy like Dr. J, though?
Blake is a beast.
B tier?
These are the best 2 cards. Well, arguably the 2 best cards in the game right now.
Where are you going to put Dr. J? B tier?
Incredible.
I
mean, Dr. J.
He might be A,
fully badged up, he's A. Not fully badged up, he's like C or D. I'm gonna put him in A.
I mean, I'm not gonna argue that
fully
he's
badged
good.
Up, he's like a Elgin Baylor with a better release, a secondary position, and can get range. So that's basically what he's
better than Elgin, but you're gassing it.
PG.
Like, he's literally gassing it like Elgin Baylor is bad. Where are you putting PG?
I mean, I think PG's very similar to Elgin. I would take PG over Elgin.
They both would be C for me, but that's my opinion.
I'm going to put them on the same.
And this video was before some of the newer players, so if you don't see one of the newer players on here, that's probably why. Obviously, PG and AK would be S tier.
These 2 guys up because I think they are very, very similar.
They are very, very, very similar.
But I'm going to put them in the same tier, even though it might come to the stage where PG goes up 1 tier, but we're going to put him here. Draymond.
Honestly, for me, at this stage of the game, I mean, what is Draymond? C or B? Like, at this stage of the game, there's just so many better players than Draymond. I mean, he's still okay. Draymond's still solid. You might want to put him at B. But, I mean, I know DBG likes Draymond too. So, if he puts him in A tier, I mean, I guess. But, to me, he would be B or C for me.
This is a tough one. This is a really tough
one. No, it's not. Relax. If you're going to compare him to Blake or Steph, you're on, like, DBG, like, I know you have a lot of crazy takes, but this might be the craziest of the, like, no way.
Do I put Draymond in lower S or upper A?
No, he's B. He's not either of those.
I like this card so much. I am the biggest Draymongering fan there is.
Why?
He's S tier for me.
Nope.
If you want to argue him in A tier,
he's B.
I'm not gonna complain.
He's B tier for me. He's
Fine,
not even A tier.
I might move him
You
down.
need to move
Brandon
him down.
Roy.
He's F tier.
I mean, he's F.
Like, that's
With
an
these
F tier.
cards we have on
You
this
got
list,
Draymond at S
fine.
tier. Bro.
He does his job. Actually,
do not move him. Yes, move
JoJo. You can get out of F tier right now.
Thank you.
And you can get into E tier.
Thank you. That's what I've been saying.
Dominique Wilkins.
It's tough. C. I mean,
C,
I guess
like
with the
a
prestige.
little bit of a worse Julius Erving.
But the hard part is
I mean, he's fine.
Is he 2 tiers apart from Dr. J? Like, is he? I don't know.
Don't get me wrong. Like, the card is
man.
fine. He's got a really good release. He's still more than usable in game. But just think about Dominique. Just think about his dribble sigs. The way everything is with this card. I think there are a lot of better options.
I mean, I'm not gonna argue it.
And there are cheaper options. Again, like Eddie Jones, a much cheaper option.
Yeah, this is true.
So, yeah, let's put Dominique in C tier.
I'm not gonna argue that. I'm gonna pick my poison with this list.
Clay.
Who?
Ooh.
You got Paul Pierce here. Who are we going with? Paul Pierce or Clay? Honestly, Paul Pierce for me is E tier probably. Clay would be E tier too. Both of them would be A tier.
Or Paul Pierce, sorry.
E tier.
I mean, E?
He is.
E tier?
There's no even debate.
Pierce.
He's E tier.
I think the corner shooting is a huge problem on current gen. I just don't like him on next gen.
I mean, he is
I really
butter
like
on
him on
current gen though. His
power
release
forward
is
is really
butter.
good. He's still in my team.
He's just gonna shoot
But
long
next gen,
twos.
I just don't really like him. And
I don't
can't
mind
shoot the
Paul
corners
Pierce
current,
though.
So
I don't.
is he around
okay.
the like 50? He's probably in the like 50 to 60 mark in terms of players. So yeah, that's E tier. It's E tier.
Clay's
Thompson.
E tier too.
D tier because of what he does.
I'm not gonna argue
if
it.
You're gonna ask me
I'm
who's
not
the
gonna
better
argue
overall
it.
card.
I'm not gonna argue it.
Maybe Paul Pierce over Clay Thompson, but
no.
Clay is still one of the best at what he does.
You gotta pick your poison.
He's an elite catcher.
Does Clay compare to Elgin Baylor? No, but you gotta pick your poison. You do.
And he can play at that 2-guard position and be a great 3-and-D guy. So
now badged up Jaylen Brown deserves A tier.
earlier on, if you're asking me who I would rather have if I have an overall bad team, I'd say Pierce. But like,
nah, Clay.
I would
Clay
assume most people
Clay
who
belongs in
and were
above
good enough
those.
to get Pierce when he was out have managed to build a good enough team around that they don't no longer need Pierce. But
this is true.
this is a tough one. I'm gonna give the nod to Clay, but it's tough.
I don't disagree.
Jaylen
You're
Brown.
fine. He's A tier, badged up.
A.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jaylen Brown when he's badged up is fantastic.
There's
Like
not.
non-badged up.
I don't
Jaylen
think
Brown's
you can
not
even
gonna be-
argue it. Like it's super easy to say he's
No,
A
he's probably
tier.
C. But when Jaylen Brown's badged up,
Non-badged,
A
he's
tier.
not good.
He's ridiculous. J.R. Smith, get into S tier.
Okay, I guessed it. A non-badged out Jaylen is still pretty decent, but
J.R. has got
JR and
one
S
of the
tier is
better
fine.
releases in the game. Not because they one of the best.
It's fine.
One of the better releases in the game. It is a more than usable release in 2K. As well as
his
that,
release is
he's
butter.
got goal clamps,
He's got half
off
range.
range
He is
extender,
missing
he
quite a
dunks
bit
on
though.
everybody.
Like he's missing
He's
some
got
badges.
a lot of good things going for him. And for that reason,
I'm not gonna
J.R.
argue
Smith,
S. I'm not.
go get into S tier. A really
Not gonna
decent
argue it.
card. So
We'll just see where you
he's
put some other cards.
Then we are on to Patrick Ewing.
E,
I mean, I think he's better than Mikan.
but I think he's
tier
E.
though. Let's move Mikan down one.
Oof,
F tier.
I don't like that,
mean,
especially with these next 4 cards you got.
He's fine.
I'm intrigued.
And he's-
If you put Tyreek Evans any higher than E tier, I might lose my mind.
Fine. That's the only way I can describe him. He's nothing spectacular. He is.
Patrick
fine.
Ewing does get
He's
the job
good interior
done.
scoring.
He gets,
He's a good
he
interior
gets a ton
center.
of rebounds. He's
But
fine.
overall, the way most people play the game, the most effective way to play the game, he's really not great.
That's
Then we got Tyreek Evans.
I'd put him in F tier. I would put him in F tier.
If you want to put Tyreek Evans in F, I'm not even gonna argue it.
That's where I would put him.
He's definitely no higher than E. I'm one of the biggest Tyreek Evans fans there is because I love set shot 4. He's got set shot 4.
He's just not it,
which
though.
is a set shot, but it's super quick, and it's one of my favorite. Well, not something. Set
shot's not even quick though. Like it's so easy to get a contest on.
It's one release I don't mind, but a lot of people hate it. Because it's kind of similar to what 107 was last year, where the feet and hands move at different times.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
I really like it, but he's still got half quick for his step. Got a lot of good things apart from that, but in general, like, look, he's not better than Paul. He's not as good as these 3 guys.
Not even close.
And we got Rafer Olsen.
He can't be any higher than E.
I mean, I like Rafer Olsen. I really like Rafer Olsen as a point guard. I think he definitely belongs in.
I would put him in E, but that's
he belongs in D tier. He's good, man. He's good.
I don't like Rafer as much as most.
Then we got Larry Johnson. I'm gonna put Larry Johnson in D tier as well.
Thank you.
Dominique's going up to C. It's going up to B tier though.
I'm good with Dominique at B tier. I like this. Move Elgin up. Move Elgin up.
I'm gonna put Paul George because I like him more than all these. I'm gonna put Paul
Elgin up.
Then we got James Worthy.
F.
No hesitation. Like he's not awful. He's just kind of there. If anyone's ever used James Worthy, you know that he's just there.
I would not.
There's no other way to describe him. Like. He'll play at the 4. You won't know he's on the course.
I don't
he might
like
score
him.
4 points for you. He'll be a competent defender. He is bang average at everything. Like the only way you can describe the
this list is going to be interesting once we get to Ray Havlicek, Sam Jones.
He's just there. He's just there on the floor. You've paid probably $200K to badge up a card that can't really do anything.
Imagine paying to badge out
John
him.
Wall. John Wall, B tier. B tier. No range extenders.
The problem is, I don't mind Wall at B tier, but the thing is, we'll see where he puts some other point guards. I personally think John Wall is the top 5 point guard.
Because he was the best at what he did, you might have argued A tier, but
I still think he's the top 5 point guard.
2 guys, in my opinion, badged up that are just way, way better than John Wall, and they're basically the same position.
I don't think a badged out Darren is better.
So,
and I don't think a badged out Monte is better.
John Wall
really
in here in B
Stockton
tier.
is, yes.
Then we got Gilbert Arenas. I mean, he's objectively not terrible when he's got all the stats and badge.
I was gonna say put Gil right at that D range, but I'm fine. I think Gilbert's better than Rafer, but
I hate it with a passion.
I don't like Gilbert though.
He's objectively not terrible. I think his value is awful. Like his value is so bad. He's like
I bought him, tried to use him instead of John Stockton, and that lasted about a day. What he's
actually worth, I'd say around 50K. Like he's got.
Not even that.
It's one of the highest premiums paid on a card is getting Gilbert Arenas. But
and it's just because of his name and how he's been in past 2Ks.
Then we've got Timmy D. Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan, guys. He's a card that I've loved forever. I've loved Tim Duncan. And you guys know this. Tim Duncan has been my man with the plan forever. But his time is over. Like his time is up. You know when the time is up, and his time is up.
Go B tier.
I'm fine with B. I'm fine with that. But
Duncan's good in the post.
His time is up,
He's
man.
good on defense. He's slow, though, and I don't like
He's so
his
slow.
release is okay. I'm going to say I hate his release. I don't really like his release. It is okay.
I used to be chicken man with him.
So for that
now
reason,
I struggle.
He belongs in B tier.
I'm okay with that.
So that is where Tim Duncan is going to be.
Who we got next?
We got Peja Stoyanov.
Where are you going with Peja? Where are you going with Peja? Why is he a D tier right now?
What am I doing putting him up here? Page is F tier.
You good? Like, are you okay? Terrible. He is worthless.
If there was a worthless tier, Page would be in it.
He's worthless.
He's the only card so far I can genuinely say is just straight up worthless.
He is. He's
Page
bad.
Diakovic belongs in worthless tier. No question about it.
Thank you.
Then we got Dave. A.
To me, Dave is S tier. To me.
Quite the best center anymore. He's not quite this.
He's S tier to me.
Mythical defensive card. Like Larry Nance plays almost good defense. As in Wayne Embry's a better defender.
Yeah, but
he's still
that's the tough thing, because if you got Dave in S, then you got Wayne in S too, so it's tough.
Still got range and stuff, but overall, I think Cowens is
so elite
kind
though.
Of there.
He's not just there.
He's
He's
a really
elite.
good center. He's no longer the best, and I think he's somewhere between that 10 and 20 mark. T-Mac, same. These guys.
Whoa, that's high for T-Mac. Now at this point, T-Mac is B tier. At this point in the game, T-Mac is B tier. He's right with Dominique Wilkins. A tier. I guess I will say next gen T-Mac is a little bit better. So I mean, I'm fine with T-Mac at A just because of next gen.
My top
I guess
100 list,
that's okay. But
and
current gen,
that
he
Dave
belongs
Cowens
down in
and
B.
T-Mac both belong kind of in the same tier, and it is not quite top tier, but the next tier down. T-Mac's problem is that he's got no clamps. Realistically, that's it.
He's missing some other shooting
Other than
badges
that, he's
too.
a near perfect card.
No, he's
And
not.
Either way, still really good.
Not near perfect.
Then we got Amare.
He's bad.
I mean, Amare get into
E. He might be F though.
I mean, is he better than Mikan?
No, I think he's F. Honestly, I don't like Amari.
I think he's objectively just fast Mikan.
He is faster, but I don't like Amari at all.
E tier. He sucks.
I hope DBG put Sean Kemp on this list.
Like, he absolutely sucks.
I hope he did.
And if you're, I hate him, but he's objectively better than George Mikan.
I hate Amari too.
So he's going into E tier. And you got Ray Allen.
I hate Ray Allen,
D
bro.
tier. Same as Clay.
I hate Ray Allen. The fact that he's at the same tier as Elgin makes me lose brain cells.
Yeah, he's a 3-and-D shooter.
Oh, that just drives me crazy. I love Elgin and I hate Ray.
I'll have to check. Like, these guys all in the same tier.
I hate it.
There's nothing really to separate these guys.
I'm not gonna argue it, but
price where you can get Clay for
Elgin's way better than
others.
those cards.
But Ray Allen's fine. I mean, plays a little bit of defense, can drive to the basket a little bit.
Ray and honestly, for me, Ray and Havlicek would be down a tier. They would.
Better defender than Ray Allen.
Or Elgin's got to be moved up
as well, and all of them can hit wide open threes. And we have Sam Jones, who I think is just the best of all these cards. He's basically those guys
but
half quick for his stuff.
I don't think he's better than Elgin.
Except for that reason, he's C tier. No other reason he's
Like,
not
Elgin does
great.
not belong in D
Not
tier.
awful, but
Everybody else
he's
does. Elgin doesn't.
We got Gervin.
Gervin's A tier.
Gervin.
He's A tier.
He was C tier. I'm gonna put Gervin B tier.
I think he's A tier. He's good. Like, Gervin's good. There's no.
They gave him hot zones basically.
I get he doesn't have
they gave him no hot
Showtime
zones
dunks.
outside the three, which meant he
But if you're
was
asking me who I'm going in a comp game with, Gervin or T-Mac, I'm taking Gervin. Now, is he worth the lock-in? Absolutely not. But that's just my opinion.
He was a bricklayer on current gen, and now he's a somewhat decent shooter.
He's good attacking the
every
hoop.
badge in the game.
He's good. I'm not gonna.
He's B tier.
I don't think he's that great, but he's
maybe
good.
argue A.
I think he's better than T-Mac.
He's
on
probably the
current gen.
best wing in B tier, and I might end up moving him up to A. I have not used him since he's got his hot zones though, because he was a certified bricklayer previously, but
High zones matter so
haven't
much
used him
on
hot
current
zones.
gen too.
Dwight Howard. I mean, I'm gonna put him bang smack in the middle in C tier.
The best. The tough part is you can argue that Dwight's better than Tim Duncan. And
That's what he does, which is
that's
be
the
this
tough
really,
thing.
really fast center, running around and blocking everybody. And
Offensively,
catching
he's just
he
so
was the
bad,
best
though.
at what he does as in a
I would
speed
never
center,
use Dwight.
catching lobs, pick and
I
roll
wouldn't.
center.
But
The only problem with Dwight is
That's
that he
me.
can't shoot the ball at all. And if you can't shoot the ball at all, you're not making my team. So even if you
That's
are the
fair
best at
enough.
what you do,
I'm not gonna
you're
argue
bang
that's fair
smack
enough.
in the middle. Karl Malone. I mean, fully badged up Karl Malone's pretty nice.
he's not worthless.
A good card in game, horrible human being.
Whoa. This is high. Now, I like Karl Malone, but going any higher than DT,
What?
I don't know about all
I mean,
this.
fully badged up, he's C. He's definitely C.
Better than
Yeah,
Elgin?
D-Rose.
S.
Am I jumping the gun and saying Derrick Rose is fully badged up as S tier?
No. Not even close.
Am I jumping the gun saying that?
No, he's great.
Maybe it's like recency bias, but
He might be the
D-Rose
best
the god.
point guard in the game. What do you mean,
D-Rose
jumping the
He's
gun?
basically like John Wall at range.
He might be the best point guard in the game.
He's fantastic. He is absolutely fantastic. D Rose, get into S tier for me. James Harden,
E.
no clams, E tier.
I'm fine with that.
He's
I'd
overrated
rather
to
go
average.
into a
I
comp
can't
game with
necessarily
JoJo
put him
White.
there
I would.
any harder than that. Vince Carter, worst Dominique, C tier. Like these
I'm fine
guys
with it.
combine for a
Vince can
significant
do
amount,
some
they're
things
like
though.
C tier and E tier.
Vince can do some
And we
things.
got LeBron James. This is a tough one. Do I put him in S or do I put him in A? Give him the benefit of
For
the doubt
me,
and put him in
LeBron
S
is so
tier,
tough.
But
For me, he's S tier.
I mean,
Especially
he
on next
could
gen.
be down in A. He
I
really
think
could.
LeBron belongs in S. But it's gonna
has-
be interesting when we get to guys like Wayne Embry. That's
got
gonna be interesting.
a really decent jumper. Nothing spectacular.
But on next
it's
gen,
not
he's
like
S.
it's this jumper that is the
Next gen,
equivalent
it is.
of Steph Curry or J.R. Smith or something, but it's pretty okay.
No,
Especially
next gen, his jump
he
shot
comfortably
is
belongs in S
legit.
tier. I would give him an A tier in current gen because he can't shoot with the corners.
That's
but
fine.
Still
That's
really,
fine.
really good.
I'm not gonna
defense,
argue
Still
that.
super fast.
Not
If
gonna
you
argue
like to play a fast break game where you're baiting lanes, he's elite. But
Zion's
I don't
gonna
play
be
that game,
intriguing.
so for me, he'd be somewhere in between. But I'm gonna give him the benefit.
But even on current gen, I think I'd rather have LeBron at my 4 than Draymond. by a large amount. But
Put it out and put him in S. Then we've got Kevin Garnett. E.
Wow. I don't love the card, but to say Karl Malone is better than KG, I just don't know, man. I just don't know,
better
man.
than Ewing, in my opinion. It's very similar in level to
E
Amari
tier?
Stoudemire.
He's at least D tier.
I'm not sure.
He's way better than Amari. He is way better than Amari.
If you would ask me who I would take in a game, Amari Stoudemire, Kevin Garnett, I do not know
it's
who
not
I'd take.
Close. You're taking Kevin Garnett.
And he sold me so badly, 250. Then we got Zion.
Current Gen S.
I mean, we're talking next gen Zion's probably like B. We're talking current.
No,
gen.
he's still not B. He's still A. He's still elite, but current gen he's S.
S.
And the third best
give
at
him more
S.
weight.
Honestly.
Current gen, I might move him. If I'm moving anyone out of S tier, it's Zion. But
you're telling me that Draymond Green is better than Zion on either gen? I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
He's ridiculous.
That's a ridiculous statement.
Like, ridiculous. He is one of the best cards in the game on current gen. But at the end of the day, he's so not good on next gen because his release is broken.
He's fine on next gen. Zion's elite. Like, I hate this slander, man. I do not like him at all.
B tier.
That's fine.
He's not as good as John Wall.
He's not. Right with John Wall. I like this.
There was a lot more hype when he first came out for Monte Ellis than any other player. He can still flat out score. It's just there's a lot of.
I don't like his release either.
He's got a small wingspan.
I hate his release.
His dribble saves are only mediocre. He's a good dunker, yeah. He's a good shooter.
He's got half Showtime, I think.
I'm pretty sure off rip. Only bronze.
I've never liked his release, and that was really it for me.
His fade isn't. Sorry. Although he has Curry base, he doesn't have Curry slide or the Curry fade, which are not great either.
The Curry fade is incredible.
He's good
on next year.
He's good. He belongs in B tier, somewhere between like 20 and 30.
I'm fine with B tier.
And we got Googs. I'm sorry, I love Googs, but he's D tier. He's F tier. Of these players right here, the fact that he slipped through the cracks and got onto this list, he belongs in F tier.
Did you guys Sean Kemp?
Anthony Davis.
He's good. AD honestly belongs right with Dave Count. It's hard for me to. With the duo, I think he belongs with Dave Cowens. With the duo, I absolutely do.
I'm putting him in B. Initially, if you had asked me a month ago who I preferred, Anthony Davis or Kevin Garnett, I would have literally said, and I was like, you know what, these guys, I would definitely take.
And the thing is, I don't disagree, but AD's better than Tim Duncan with the duo. He is.
Davis over AG, but it's close. And now I've begun to hate Kevin Garnett more, and every time I use AD, I actually like AD.
AD's good.
AD's one of the best big men in the game.
I'm fine with B. I'm not going to argue B for Anthony Davis. I'm not. Because I think Dave Cowens is just that little bit better than him. But
he is a really, really good
with
character.
the duo,
but I can't objectively say he's better than Duncan. He might be. If you want to argue him up here, I wouldn't be that.
I think he's better than Tim, but that's coming from Chicken Man Tim.
Ben Simmons F tier.
Yeah, Ben Simmons is not.
Everyone
good.
Literally, anytime I put Simmons in F tier or in a reload tier, everyone's like, "You don't know how to use him. Just because he can't shoot doesn't mean he's unusable." It's like, no, it's not that I don't know how to use him. I know how you can be effective with Ben Simmons running to the basket. The problem is that if your opponent knows how to stop, knows what to do,
it's not hard.
They
will
be able. The game is 5-on-4 on offense.
It really is.
There is nothing you can do when your opponents change the matchup so that their center is guarding Ben Simmons and paints it. Exactly. There is nothing you can do. Not even next gen contact.
Like if I put Blake Griffin on Ben Simmons and sit paint, what are they gonna do?
It's not a It's not a factor of somebody knowing how to use Ben Simmons or not. It's whether the player you're coming up against has any idea how to stop Ben Simmons. And if they can stop Ben Simmons, your entire team, your entire game is just gone. You don't stand a chance then if they're out there stopping Ben Simmons.
Brandon Ingram's good. C tier probably though.
Ingram, I mean, badged up Ingram's B tier.
I'm not gonna argue
badged up Ingram. I get it.
I'm not gonna argue it. But I just don't like how he on current gen the comparison from Brandon Ingram being two levels ahead of Elgin Baylor. That's the only thing I don't like.
He's not that far off Jaylen Brown when he's fully badged up. He's really not.
He's not. You're right.
He's a really, really good card. His only problem.
I do like Brandon Ingram, especially on next gen.
Either way, though. Still a
bronze range is plenty. Like especially next gen is fine.
Then we are on to Nikola Jokic.
He's fine.
I mean, he's F.
Whoa. Slow down. You cannot compare Jokic to Mike, and I think Jokic is E tier or D tier, honestly.
He's got gold range, but like, how much better is Jokic than like Larry Markkinen?
A lot.
Obviously, he's got like
He's got a lot more
he
than
has
Lori.
got Dimer and stuff, but like
I think he's at least E tier. I think he's
basically
E
the difference is that he's got Dimer.
That's low for Jokic.
Between him and Larry Markkinen.
That's low
In
for
the same
Jokic.
base like.
That's
Then we got Red.
Michael Red's good.
Red, the same tier as Ray Allen.
That's
and Klay
fine.
Thompson. He's
Yeah,
not
that's
quite
fine.
as good as Sam Jones, although he might shoot better than them all.
He's
You
a
can definitely
Michael
argue
Red's
that
an
Red
absolute
is the
sharpshooter.
best
I love
of
him.
all of them.
I do love
But
him.
Red is going here into D tier.
Overall, so far, I'm not disagreeing with that much. We'll see where he puts
And we got
Millsap.
Millsap.
I don't like Millsap at all.
E tier. I'm not gonna put him in F tier because he's a god on next gen. Problem is he got two
cold zones from
in the
both corners. And
that's killer.
what are you doing with him? I mean, that's the thing.
is-
Like, what are you doing with Paul
Having cold
Millsap? I don't
zones
know.
is absolutely
It's a killer.
bad.
It is.
Especially on current. On next gen, it's not the biggest deal in the
Hot
world
zones
because
and
he's
cold
not decent
zones
release
mean the
and everything else.
world on current.
And everything else good about the cards. The cold zones are killing them. Then we have got
Middleton.
Chris Middleton.
B tier.
I'm sorry. At what he does, Chris Middleton's going A tier. If you literally need a 3-and-D cone, he's maybe the best player in the game for you.
I'm not gonna argue
He's
this.
got that range extend.
He's just not that. I don't know how to describe it. He's not as versatile as like a Julius Erving or Jaylen Brown. That's the only thing.
He's got an unbelievably good release.
That's
His
the only
defense
problem I
is
see
good. The
with
guy's
him.
got some decent length.
He's just not as
playing in the
versatile.
two-guard position.
But he's still fine. Like
His
I'm fine
handle
with
is
that.
non-existent. But if you literally just need somebody to play the equivalent of how a stretch play or say
Now
how
the problem
a
for
lock
me is
plays
I
in
a
Pro,
lot of times use him as
like,
shooting guard to create.
clamping up people as well
And
as
speaking of that, if Grant Hill is not S tier on this, I'm
hitting
going
wide
to
open
be upset.
jumpers, you can't go around Chris Middleton. Chris Middleton is in here in A tier. Kevin Durant,
A tier, I
ooh,
think.
this is a tough one.
I don't love Kevin Durant, but he's A
S.
tier.
Kevin Durant S tier. I'm gonna put him in that. I'm gonna put him in that top 10 cards in the game. I'm putting him in that tier.
The
I think
thing
he's
about it
definitely
is,
better
if you
some
don't
certain players.
if you know how to use
And
Kevin
there are
Durant, I
two
agree.
players here that I'm putting above LeBron James. I'm moving LeBron James out of A tier, of S tier. I'm moving LeBron.
Do not even think about putting Michael Jordan S tier. Do not even.
Michael Jordan.
Because I honestly thought that's what he was gonna do is put Michael Jordan in S tier, and I was gonna lose my
I'm
mind.
sorry, no hot zone C tier.
I don't.
He's really good.
I
on
don't
next gen.
disagree.
He actually, there's a lot of good things about Jordan as well.
Once we get
Like,
a
it's
better
not
MJ,
like
he's gonna be a
Jordan
dog, but he
is
doesn't have a
just
high three ball. He no
A
high
shooter,
zones. Like
but his inability to shoot the ball at an elite level.
it hurts. I mean,
Kinda the
I'm not
reason why
worried about
Michael
MJ
Jordan
knocking
is
down that
the-
many threes against
is
me.
going into C tier. His defense is elite. His overall game is pretty good, but nah, I think C tier is probably the most fair spot to put Michael Jordan. And we got Melo. D. He's fine.
I haven't played with Melo enough.
Like, he's a scorer. His defense.
I will say I
is
did like Melo last year, even with the fact that he shot long twos.
terrible.
I don't-
It's
I
not
don't-
Good.
I don't
It's
know
not
about Melo,
absolutely
though.
terrible. The player
I don't know
build's
enough about him,
decent.
so I don't know.
Maybe if I used him more, you could argue him up in C tier.
I don't think so.
I think for now, D tier is probably the best place.
You can't put
shoot
him over
corners on
Elgin.
current gen,
You
which
can't
is,
put him over the
again,
GOAT
a bit of
Elgin.
a problem. Is he better than Pierce though? That's the
I don't
real
know.
question. He has some of the same flaws as Pierce. Is he better than Pierce?
I don't know if he is. I
might
can't tell you Elgin.
I'm flipping them. I'm moving Melo down and Pierce up. I think Pierce is better.
Can you move Elgin up for me?
I think Pierce
Please?
is D tier. He kind of belongs there. Bingo Smith. I
don't
mean,
know,
what
bro.
do I want to do with
No, relax. Do not put him in D. Relax.
Bingo Smith. D tier.
On next gen,
The guy
maybe.
can handle the ball.
On
the
next
guy
gen,
can
yes.
Dunk. He's got a really nice shot. He can get range. He comes with gold clamps.
On next gen, I'm fine with this.
He's one of the best amethysts in the game. He's D.
I'm not gonna argue it. I'm not gonna argue
He
it.
belongs in D tier.
I'll pick my spots.
Then we got Glenn, one of my favorite players in the game. He's like slightly worse Zion, but
He is A tier.
yeah, Glenn's going A tier. Glenn is going into the A tier. He's not quite a top 10 card in the game, but he's not far
No.
off. He's
Pink Diamond LeBron's better than Glenn, and I've used them both, and I like
Not
them
far
both.
off,
But
top 10.
I like them both, but objectively,
Then we
LeBron's
got
better.
Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish, get on up to
S
tier.
tier. I'm not gonna
lad.
argue it. And if we got Paul George, he's S tier. AK would be S tier, and Cam Reddish. I mean, obviously,
Cam Reddish belongs up
he
there.
definitely
in
belongs
S
up
tier.
there. He's a
A
dog.
ridiculously good card.
He's a dog.
Like, he is a ridiculously good card.
I like him at small
His
forward
handle's
more than
good, his
anything.
jumper is
but
good.
He's definitely elite.
Again, there is nothing bad about this card, especially considering the fact that Cam Reddish, you can basically get him.
You can
for
lock him in
whatever
for
tax
cheap.
costs, like 30k.
You can get him for cheap.
Indeed.
You have to have a lot of
So
MT
cheap.
to start with, though.
Iguodala.
B
I mean,
tier.
no range kind of kills him on current, but he is the best defense. He's better. He's just a better Jordan. Even if you can badge up Jordan and give him range, I'm taking Iggy over Jordan. He's better.
He's
Jordan,
not
so
even
much
close.
easier.
Iggy is better than Jordan.
Again, I don't think he's the worst card ever. I also think that
We're gonna get a lot of low tier cards here soon. We really will.
Kind of ruins him, but
I still think even on current gen, give me Iggy over T-Mac. That's my opinion, and I stood by T-Mac for about a month.
Basically
but
perfect.
I just don't know.
I don't think there's really anything else, any other problem with him.
I'm higher on Iggy than most people though, and I don't even have him.
He doesn't get range. But Connie Hawkins.
Connie is B2, I think.
Do
not put him in D. No. He's good.
Connie Hawkins is good.
He's probably
He's a
C
Dino
tier.
clone.
He's probably C.
He's
he doesn't
a
get
Dino/Mo Williams clone.
If he got Showtime dunks,
Everything,
he would
like
be B for me. But I'm fine with C. I'm fine with C.
It's the exact same. His handle's pretty good. His release is really good.
We got a lot of bad cards down
here. A lot of
here.
things he does well, especially when he's badged up. See Connie Hawkins C tier.
That's fine.
Connie Hawkins C tier, and I think I put him a little bit lower on my small forward list, but no, Connie Hawkins is that dude.
He's good.
And we had Jeff Malone.
I mean, whoa. You just went to the moon with Jeff Malone.
He's like,
I need to like clean my glasses, and I don't even have glasses on. You're telling me Jeff Malone's is as good as Andre Iguodala?
smaller T-Mac, but he can get clamps. That's literally what he is.
I'm shook.
The question is B or C.
He's not B.
I'm going to give him C.
He's not B.
If he can play point guard, he'd be B tier.
Let me tell you, he's not B. Let me tell you.
6'4" again.
6'4", like, no.
Is height.
No. Elton Brand F.
And we got Elton Brand. Elton Brand to get into F tier. If there was a worthless tier, it would be Paige Stojakovic and Elton Brand.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When he first said there's no worthless cards, those two are worthless.
You're below everybody else in this tier.
Westfall is a card I still don't know. I think I've used him once.
He definitely does.
And he was okay.
Look at the rest of these cards, no way. All right,
I don't think he's that great.
Paul Westphal. I mean, I love Paul Westphal. I absolutely love Paul Westphal.
I mean,
the only thing is that can I really argue that Paul Westphal is above E tier?
That's the thing. Is he better than JoJo White? I don't know.
No range extender, which is a bit of a problem. Yeah, he's got good defense and Curry, but he's just not good enough to be above E tier.
That's fine.
He's good. Not
Maurice Lucas is good.
We got Maurice Lucas.
He's good.
Maurice Lucas.
So let me get this straight, DBG. You got Draymond Green in S tier. And you're hovering Maurice Lucas over D tier. Yes, I understand the three ball. I get it. But on next gen, if you can't green with Maurice Lucas badged up, that's on you. That's not on Maurice Lucas. And he's better than Draymond at defense. So you better move Maurice up.
For me, he doesn't shoot well enough. His defense is absolutely elite.
Move him up.
He's like better Kevin Garnett. So D tier. Maurice Lucas is
I don't know what else I can say. You got Maurice Lucas in D tier.
What I hoped Kevin Garnett would be. That's the best way to describe it. Like, when I got Kevin Garnett, someone who would occasionally hit a jump shot and play elite defense.
He
is basically Maurice Lucas is what I hoped Kevin Garnett would have been when I picked him up.
He might be a top 5 defensive player in the game.
Now we're on to a lot of the new cards.
Is he gonna put Pink Diamond Giannis in D tier? Like what is good with Maurice
Devin
Lucas?
Booker, go get yourself into F tier.
Yeah, Devin Booker. Bad.
Yeah, I get it. He's got base 4 and range.
Nah,
he can hit wide open. So can everybody. He's 3 and D. He's a 3 and D player without the D. He can't dribble. Can't do anything. He is literally 3 and D without the D. He is just a 3-point specialist. Like, that's about it.
He's a card I would never use.
We got Juwan Howard.
E?
D. When he's badged up, he's alright.
Okay.
His release is a bit iffy.
I hate his release, but okay.
I don't mind Aldridge base. Like, I've honestly gotten used to Aldridge base at this stage, and I don't mind it. So
I don't like it at all. But
he's just overall solid.
Where's he gonna take Mo?
Then we got Mo Williams. Mo Williams is going E tier because he's basically JoJo White. They're basically
defensively, it's not close. It's not. JoJo White is far like he's so much better than Mo Williams. It's not close. I'm just gonna keep it real with you guys.
Mo Williams, you can maybe argue Mo Williams should be an F tier because he's maybe a slight downgrade over JoJo, but
a very big downgrade. But I'm not gonna argue him in E tier.
He's the best of the best, though. I'm gonna keep him in A. He's my starting point guard. I don't know what I'm saying. Like, I literally run him as my starting point guard.
I'm not gonna argue this.
I'm not gonna put him in the bottom tier on this list.
Just saying you can't.
And
compare
I'm having
him.
success running him as my starting point guard.
You can't compare him to a badged up.
Then
JoJo.
we've got Jay Rich.
He's good badged up.
Jay Rich.
He's fine badged up.
Wherever Vince is, he's basically just
That's fine.
Vince.
I'm fine with him at C tier.
Like, just simple as that. I get it. Like, they were both traded for each other. They both played like similar play styles. But
I'm
like,
fine with
come on,
that.
2K, you really made them so similar to each other this year. Not the greatest dribbler, but overall a good card. Then we have John Starks.
Now we're gonna get into the fun cards.
John Starks is not bad.
Whoa.
John Starks, you get into B tier. You get into B tier.
You just put John Starks ahead of Jason Richardson. I disagree, man. What am I supposed to say?
At that point guard position, he's a nice player. He is a no. Let's get him to C. Let's get him to C tier because he's not quite as good as.
No, he's not even
Wall
close.
Or Ellis, and I've
No,
also
he's
realized
not.
I forgot Stockton, who should be Stockton will be in this
A
tier as well,
tier.
and so would probably Darren Williams.
Stockton is A tier. Stockton is a step above all those guys.
Then we get Giannis. I'm gonna put him in A tier, even though I don't like him.
So this is intriguing to me. He's got Giannis in A tier, Maurice Lucas in what? D tier? Like, Giannis is better than Maurice Lucas. I'm not arguing that. What I am arguing is they're not that much different.
If it was me, Giannis Antetokounmpo would be in B tier, but most people would have him.
I
up
think
in,
A
like,
is
or
fine.
low S,
Once
so
we get a
I'm gonna put
Giannis in
A
with
tier.
the
Not a
upper
card I
70s
particularly like.
three ball, it's over
I'll be the
with.
first to say that it's not a card I particularly like.
Jamal
Crawford.
He's fine.
C maybe?
I don't love
I
him,
think
but
he's
he's
a really
fine.
fun card to use. I'm not sure how just effective he is to use.
Yeah, he's fine. That's all I can say.
But at the end of the day, he's very
On
fun.
next gen,
Got
you can get away with
offense,
running
so
like anybody. So
maybe you can
he's
argue up
fine.
in B tier. I'm gonna keep him there now. Rudy Gobert. This is a tough one because I prefer him to Duncan. And I'm
No,
not entirely sure if I can split them up in terms
no,
of tiers.
they're literally identical.
I'm gonna keep him B.
They're
If you want to
identical.
move these two guys up, like literally, the difference between Duncan and Gobert is preference. It is literally.
I'm
preference
fine with you
prefer.
saying
I
that.
prefer
At first, I was like, no, Tim Duncan is way better, which I
Gobert,
still
a
think
lot of
Tim
people
Duncan
prefer
is
Duncan.
better.
It is
But-
literally preference. They're basically the same player. So
I'm not gonna argue.
I'm gonna keep them both down in B tier. You want to move them both to A, it's fine. You want to move your favorite one up to A and keep the other one in B, that's
I
fine.
think Anthony Davis is better than them both, to be honest.
Walter Davis.
Walter's badged up is good. Like,
I
badged up,
mean,
he's B tier.
Like, yes, he's like team accurate range and everything. 82-3, not elite hot zones. There are problems
No way you're comparing Walter Davis to Jeff Malone, right? Right?
with this card.
Right?
There are definitely problems with this card. I think I'm gonna move him with the B.
B, yeah, that's where he
But
belongs.
he's not perfect. He's not team good. Telling you
T-Mac's
right now,
not
T-Mac is
perfect
better.
either. Like, T-Mac's
Then we've
far
got
from perfect.
Bam Adebayo.
He's not bad.
So as Kendrick Perkins would say, we got Bam Adebayo here. So Bam Adebayo.
He's not bad.
He's okay.
But listen, objectively, you cannot physically put Bam ahead of Maurice Lucas. You
He's
just
like a
can't.
mobile center.
You
He's like a
just-
much worse defensive Shaq, but he
can't.
can shoot a little bit better. So say not Shaq, Dwight Howard, but he can shoot a little bit better. So I'm gonna put both of them.
What does Bam do better
Although
than
if you want
Maurice
to move him
Lucas?
to D tier, I'm not gonna argue.
What does
that.
he do better than Maurice Lucas? Somebody
Dirk.
let me know.
He's a Hall of Fame
Dirk
range
sucks.
extender center,
He's F.
but he's terrible. Oh,
He's
I don't
F.
know. He's like literally just
He's
better than
F.
Jokic.
No, he's
And
not
Jokic
better
is
than
in here.
Jokic. Jokic is better than Dirk.
An F tier.
Jokic is better than Dirk.
I'm gonna give the fact that he's got range. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I'll put him in E tier, but it's
Jokic is better than Dirk.
It's a very.
I'll
very
say
close
that for the
Dirk
rest of
being
my
in
life.
F tier. Then we have got Eddie Jones. Eddie Jones,
A.
in my opinion, belongs in S tier.
Whoa. Yes. I'm not going to argue this at all. The only thing that I'm holding back a little bit is the fact that he doesn't get Showtime dunks. But other than that, Eddie Jones is elite. Like, he is elite. Do I think he's better than a guy like J.R. Smith? Objectively, no. Okay, objectively, because if Eddie Jones got Showtime dunks, I would take Eddie Jones over almost any shooting guard in the game. But Showtime is just so valuable to me, and the fact that he doesn't get Showtime dunks definitely hurts it. But his release is absolutely incredible, and I'm not going to argue that.
Eddie Jones is so good.
He is.
Like, give me Eddie Jones over... Eddie Jones, Cam Reddish are on the same level. Eddie Jones is a tiny bit worse than J.R. Smith.
I'm not disagreeing.
Like, these guys right here, these are probably my top 9 cards in the game. Yeah, I'll be the first to admit that. These are my top 9 cards in the game. Since I made my top 100
trying to think who's missing.
Like, this is literally the top 5.
You got Draymond in here.
From my top 100 list. And I'm pretty sure Zion was 6. This is the top 6 from that list.
One of these doesn't look like the other. Why is Draymond still here?
3 new cards that have came out since then that I really
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Draymond
does not belong.
That's what it is. De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox badged up is in A tier. I just think he...
Okay, DBG. You need to relax just a little bit. I love De'Aaron Fox. But I just don't know. Like, I just don't know, man. That is wild to me.
He's Wall range.
A badged out.
He's much better.
No, he's not better than John Wall when he's badged out than the John Wall that's badged out. He's not.
When you badge up De'Aaron Fox, he's just like much better John Wall.
No, he's not.
He is a freakishly good card.
Just look at the badges.
Great release. Everything about
real
this
thing.
card is good. So
just look at the badges.
De'Aaron Fox, you go and get yourself.
I disagree. That's my opinion.
Ja Morant. I mean, he's my backup point guard.
I've not really used Ja Morant that much.
No. He's F tier. I'm sorry.
I haven't used him enough, so I don't know.
He can't get clamps. And it's a deal breaker. And anyone who wants to say, oh, hide your point guard. Yeah, that's fine. You can say hide your point guard, but what happens if you are running into a dude running a double point guard lineup and then like a KD or even a Hito? You can't even hide people on Hito anymore.
Yo, Hito on next gen.
Every card is getting goal quick for a step at this stage.
It's tough.
It's getting harder and harder to hide a point guard. As much as I love Ja Morant, he's going after. And we got Jason Williams.
He's fine. E
I don't know why I
tier.
called him D-Well twice.
He might be D tier.
I've literally shot around.
I think Jason Williams is D tier.
I don't know. D tier. I don't know enough about this card to put a...
I played with him. He's fine. He was fine.
But he's just almost a guess. I'm just guessing where he goes.
He's fine. Hayward, I don't really like him
He's on the list. I have not used.
He's got a nice release though. D tier is fine.
In terms of his stats and everything, when he gets... Like, he's got pace 28, which is unbelievable.
He does have a nice
when
release.
He gets badged up. He's like objective.
I'm not gonna argue. He's not better than Elgin.
Then Wayne Embry. Wayne Embry A tier.
He's upper A. Like he's upper A too.
He's like a shooting. For me personally, is kind of something that keeps him off being.
I mean, but still, really good, just look at his defense.
No, you can't argue that Wayne Embry's not
his defense.
Pretty decent.
His defense is elite.
Card. He's a fantastic defender.
And I played 60-some games and haven't gotten him.
He can dribble the ball.
He is elite.
He's like my perfect center.
He is.
Him and Draymond. Like, if I got him, he'd be my...
Him and Draymond. How is Draymond Green ahead of Wayne Embry?
My center for 250.
I'm just shook. I don't understand.
Draymond probably starting and him off the bench. And both of them playing the point center style. And like, I would be very confident.
Wayne Embry's a lot better than Draymond. That's the problem I have.
With my dual point center lineup.
It just.
But yeah. So for that reason, he's going A tier.
So let's see. Elgin at his tier is bad to me, and then De'Aaron Fox might be a little high, but S tier I'm fine with that overall. Outside of Draymond, he'd probably be B tier for me. But yeah, everything else is fine. Everything else is fine. Elgin should at least be B tier, but it is what it is. I mean,
this is all.
You just gotta pick your poison.
These are some of the best cards in the game. Not all the best cards, as we said. We forgot Stockton and D-Well. We forgot definitely others as well. But this is all just my opinion. I tried to keep all of.
And let's not talk. I wasn't gonna bring Maurice Lucas back up, but the fact that he put Bam ahead of Maurice Lucas
as even as possible in terms of numbers,
that makes me upset too.
There is 9. Like there's 9 in this one. 10, 10. Whatever, 13, 11, and 10. So like,
overall, it is even, but like Maurice Lucas deserves at least to be in B tier. At least.
I tried to keep
that makes me a little bit upset,
so that we didn't kind of go overboard. But again, not everyone's going to agree with every pick, and this is just my opinion. As of right now, tomorrow everything could change if I play a whole bunch of this game. So anyway, yeah.
But yeah, overall, a very good tier list from DBG. Shout out to him once again for making these videos. It makes it easy on me to react to them and give my opinions as well. Obviously, if you rank 60, 70 players, you're going to put one or two wrong in places, or put one or two guys in places that I disagree with, and that's bound to happen. But that's what makes this fun for me. If we share the same opinions, it wouldn't even be fun for me. It wouldn't be fun for you guys, and so that's why it is definitely important. But I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys, and have a blessed day.